Hi everyone, welcome back to Spam Knits. This is a little moment on the internet where I hope you can come and find what you need, whether that's joy or peace or connection. Yeah, on this little moment I share what I'm sipping, perusing, adorned with, and making, hence Spam. Also, my name is Sam or Spam. All works together. So yeah, before we get into it, I just wanted to say that before I sat down today, I took a couple deep breaths because I feel like I've been rushing through the last several episodes. I'm new at this, and so I feel like I'm sort of rushing and trying to make sure I get it all in, get it all right, and all of that, but I wanted to slow down this time and be slightly more intentional and going forward to do the same. I was really inspired by watching Kat Weaver's latest video this last week, and just the ways that she is so thoughtful and intentional in the way that she sort of shares content, and I just think it's so beautiful. And so yeah, I was just really inspired by that this week and was like, I need to slow down a little bit, don't we all? But I could sort of use it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started with what I'm sipping. I am having a huge mug, and I'm not gonna be able to show you because it's very full of hot chocolate. And this is in like an old beer mug, but it's like my biggest mug, and I just wanted a lot of sweet, delicious warmth. So that's what I needed today. So I'm taking it. All right, sipping. Oh, I am gonna have a sip though. All right, perusing. Okay, so I just started the book that I'm reading last night, so I don't have much to say about it, but I am reading The Rachel Incident by Caroline O'Donoghue. It's an Irish book. I think it's sort of like a satire on different forms of love, is my understanding. I'm actually reading it for a book club I'm in, and we wanted to read about love this month for February, but I am not very far, so I don't have much to say yet, don't have many thoughts, but it seems like it's gonna be good. That said, I did also last night finish The Women by Kristin Hannah, which was really beautifully written, very difficult book to read, lots of like very difficult topics that it dealt with, but a really interesting book about a period of history. I feel like her books do such a good job of sort of discussing different moments in history. So yeah, perusing. Okay, adorned with, I am wearing a hand knit shirt. So I am wearing my clover tee, and this is a pattern by lene or lene holme samsøe. I think I said that correctly. I hope I did. I love this tee. I knit it with Hobie's cotton 4/8, I think. And I love it. It's turned out so well. Let's see if I can sort of kneel so you can see. I have it French tucked. I love how it came out. I love the color. It's kind of like a gray brown. I do feel like it sort of washes me out, but I'm kind of fine with it. I got this yarn at Scrap. Again, I talk about Scrap SF in like every episode, but I got this yarn there during a yarn sale. And I just think it's so beautiful. I have knit a couple of tees and tanks, and I always end up getting rid of them, but this is the first one that I have like knit and worn and really love. So yeah, so I'm wearing that today. And and I'm also wearing some pants that I got at Uniqlo. I got their Jersey barrel work pants. I got them in black. You can't really see, but I'm obsessed with them. I cannot take them off. They fit so comfortably. I got them at Uniqlo. I can't remember if I said that. Uniqlo? I love them so much. I got I got 2 pairs of jeans and a pair of these pants, and they're so great. I've worn them like every day. So highly can recommend that. They had great sizing, and they're super comfy and just like kind of baggy and really great. So I've been wearing them to work. I think I've worn them like 3 times this week to work, which is kind of funny. So that's that. All right, making. Making is exciting because I have a finished object to show you. I have finished my November balaclava, which is a pattern by petiteknit, and it is knit in, oh, I never know the difference between half fisherman's rib and fisherman's rib, but it's the one where you knit one below. Either way, this is like the fluffiest, squishiest, look at that halo, that's insane. We were joking that, my partner and I were joking that I look like a Muppet in it. So I knit this out of Charmy, which is spelled charm with an E at the end, mohair, which is the really fluffy light blue, and then I found out the dark blue yarn. It is the Fiber Company's Erin More Light, which is a DK yarn, and I had the color Mira. I actually knit a pressed flowers cardigan out of the dark blue, and mixed it with a light blue, and it turned out really great, but I had some left. I have 2 skeins left over, so yeah. And this used about like 3/4 of a skein of the DK, and like, yeah, probably 3/4 of a skein of the mohair too. So yeah, I have a thing in my hair, but I have my hair half up, but I think I can still put it on. Oh, other thoughts before I put it on. It's so fluffy. I love it so much. It's a little bit funny looking on. You'll see in a moment. I feel like a Muppet. And I did the bind off around the edge in petiteknit's patterns. If you bind off in rib, she always does the 4 rows of double knitting, and then you bind off using what is it, the Italian bind off, it's a tubular bind off, and I love how it turns out. I think it turns out so clean. I think it just looks so good. I love it so much. And it's kind of stretchy too, but I messed up on the bottom, and I didn't quite do it correctly, and so it doesn't have as much stretch, and I actually ended up breaking the yarn putting it on the first time, so there's some like sort of bad spots of this where I had to like go back and pick things up and try and fix it, which kind of bums me out. I hate having bad, like once you've knit the whole thing and then if your bind off is bad, that's so frustrating. And I tend to knit pretty tight and bind off pretty tight. And so with things that I need to be stretchy to like fit over my head or fit onto my foot, it's really hard. If I bind off too tightly, I get like bummed about it. So I was kind of bummed at the end of this, but I redeemed myself with the face opening, and I was able to fix the bottom, and I kind of feel like most of the time that will be like tucked into my jacket, or it's kind of the part you won't see as much, so I feel okay about it. I think I would be inclined to like go back and take it out and redo it, but it is such a pain to do, and in this like fuzzy double yarn situation, it's just kind of like, ugh, I don't really want to. Okay, I'm going to try it on. This is like a vulnerable moment for me because it looks kind of silly on me, but it's really cozy and really warm. I feel like a knight. So this is it. This is the November balaclava on. Oh my god, look at this halo. It's so crazy. Oh, I love it. Okay, fine. I'll do like a turn to the side so you can see. Kind of fits like this. I'm kind of self-conscious about my chin. I have quite a full chin, and I get self-conscious about it, so I'm trying to like frame my face. But I feel like it looks how it does in her picture, which I'm so happy about. I knit the smaller size, and yeah! Oh, it looks cute! Oh, now that I'm seeing it. It's kind of fun. Okay, great. It's such a funny, like... Anyway, okay. We could laugh about it. But yeah, I love it. And I think it's gonna be really great. I have some ski trips coming up, and I think it'll be really warm for that. So I'm looking forward to those and hopefully wearing this. And I love the color, actually. I think those 2 yarns worked really well together. And I still have a full skein of each of them left. So part of me is like trying to figure out what to do with that. But I'm trying to let knitting patterns come to me. Like I want to knit that knitting pattern and then being like, oh, I can match this yarn in my stash, and I don't feel called to that yet with those yarns. So yay! And I knit this in a small little 2-person knit along with one of my very good friends who's learning to knit, and she's knitting a different balaclava by My Favorite Things Knitwear, but very similar. So we'll have little fun balaclavas. Hers is brown, mine is blue. So yeah. Okay, that's that. Finished object. Check. Done. Let's go to the object that is half done. kind of finished though. I can show you kind of a finished thing. I have finished my first sock in my DRK Everyday Socks. This is a pattern by Andrea Mowry, and I am knitting it in, oh, you guys, I didn't bring the yarn, but I know what it is. The color is called Clover Colors, which I like. And it is a yarn that the grocery girls have recommended. And my mom had some, and so I took it from my childhood home when I came back from Christmas. Oh, Peyton's Croy. Peyton's Croy, and this is Socks FX. So you can see it's kind of a color changing yarn. I love it. I think it turned out so fun. It looks so ridiculous right now. It looks so silly. I don't think I still have sock blockers. I used to, but this is kind of making me think maybe I should get some, but it will obviously stretch quite a bit, and I have tried it on and it fits really well. This is my first time knitting a Flegel heel, excuse me, and I just love how it turned out. It's kind of a silly angle, but you can kind of see the triangle of it. I just love how it turned out, and I love the colors, and yeah, I am attempting, which I'm feeling like, it's what, January 30th, almost the last day of January. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would like to knit 12 socks this year, 12 pairs of socks this year. And so I thought I'd knit this first one, try a pattern I haven't used in a long time, and I'm using Magic Loop, which I have never done to knit socks before, and I'm loving it. So you can see I have markers to denote every 20 rows. I have seen Nitty Natty do that before, and I thought it was so clever, so it helped me then calculate for my second sock how many rows I'm going to need. But yeah, once again, I knit this whole sock, went to bind off, went up a needle size, went up a full needle size to a size 2. I'm knitting these on size US 1. Went up a full needle size to bind off, and they're just bound off kind of tight, which is so annoying. So putting them on is fine, and they will stretch and all of that, but like I haven't woven in my end. So you know how sometimes when you're knitting in the round, or always for me, when you're knitting in the round and you go, there's sort of like one above, one below, whatever. So you can stitch them together, but part of me is like, I don't think I can, because if I do, it'll be too tight. I won't be able to get it on my foot. So annoyingly, I had 2 bad bind offs this week, or just frustrating bind off situations this week. So hopefully I can redeem myself with the next sock, and maybe I'll try like a stretchy bind off, or something. I get nervous with stretchy bind offs just because I don't want them to over time stretch out, but I mean, I'm just yanking on this one, so maybe that's fine. But yeah, so kind of frustrating end, but mostly beautiful, and I can still get it on my foot. It's totally fine. It's just kind of like I have to zhuzh it up my heel. So DRK Everyday Socks. And I have started on my second one. I'm just on the toe, and I went ahead and just like bound off and then went straight into this one, so they will not look the same, but I think I'm like maybe here, so the colors will be different, but I'm kind of okay with a mostly matching pair of socks. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep plugging along on that, and you can see I'm using ChowGoo red lace US 1 knitting needles. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying doing that. So that's that. Number 2, let's do I'm knitting the Lovely Ribbed Scarf by Purl Soho. This is a series of patterns. They have like the lovely ribbed hat, all of that. And yeah, so I cast on this scarf a couple weeks ago. I'm using a Progress Keeper, which is a little, let's see if she'll show up, a little llama with a scarf, a little alpaca, or no, I'm sorry, she's a sheep with a skirt. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Don't know if you can see that. But yeah, so I hooked that on. I maybe got an inch done this week, so not a ton. This is just a 2x2 ribbed scarf, so not very thrilling, but it's been enjoyable knitting. And yeah, I have 2 skeins of Wool Centrum's 2-ply wool in the colorway dark brown. And so, yeah, just gonna knit my way through these 2 skeins, and I still have that much left of my first skein. So progress, but not tons. So yeah, it's been enjoyable. I'm hoping to go to the movies a couple times in the coming weeks, and so yeah, that's that. And then finally, one project left remaining. I'm telling you, this is the year of accessories, you guys. I don't have a single sweater going, no tops, no nothing. It's just all accessories all the time. And it has been since the start of the year. So I don't know, I think bite-sized things, but that are taking my focus are really good for me right now. Okay. Every time I pull this out, I'm like, that's right, the yarn is such a mess with this one. But I'm getting to a better place as I move along. This is the Shifting Moods Scarf by Anna Husemann. This pattern was designed by Anna for the A Verb for Keeping Warm Winter Solstice knitting experience, and I purchased it through that. It came with the yarn and the pattern, so you got 3 skeins of frond, which is A Verb for Keeping Warm's house yarn, and 2 skeins of bread and butter pretzel, another house yarn for A Verb for Keeping Warm, and that one is in the color porcini, and the 3 colors of mohair are mist, mesa, and succulent. And then you sort of do this like fading color changing. So you start with 2 strands of, one color, go to 1 strand of 2 different colors, and then 2 strands of the second color. I didn't explain that very well. Okay, you do 2 strands of succulent to start. Then you do 1 strand of succulent, 1 strand of mist, and then you go back to 2 strands of mist. And it sort of makes this like really cool, as I'm looking at the camera, I'm like, this is so cool. This kind of ombre effect, and it does this like blobby thing. So I am so close to being halfway done with this scarf. It is a small triangle scarf, so you knit, increase on one side, and then I will get to the point and then decrease to the other side. So I'm close to halfway, and I'm into mist, the mist colorway, and I'm really enjoying it. This takes a ton of like mental focus. Like if I'm knitting on this, I need to have a chart in front of me, and so I'm not always in a position to be able to do that. It's often been my like evening TV knitting, but yeah, it just takes a lot of my mental focus. So I am working on it when I can, but it's slow going, and I'm not in any huge rush. I'm trying to be really intentional with this one just because I am really enjoying it, and just loving to watch like the different blobs kind of come into existence. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying that one, and yeah, hopefully next time I'll have some more progress. I would love to get more than halfway and get into the Mesa colorway. And I think what I do after the 2 strands of mist is I'll do 1 strand of mist and 1 strand of Mesa, which will be so beautiful. They're just such unique colors. Like mist is kind of gray, purple. I don't even know how to describe it. It's so beautiful. And then Mesa is like this really beautiful sort of warm, browny, orangey gold. Ooh, they're just so beautiful. So that'll be really fun. So yeah, we're getting there with all of it. I think that is all I have to share this week. Good progress made. I feel like I've been doing a lot of knitting when I can this week, trying to use my hands and bring things into being. So yeah, I hope you too are doing a lot of the crafting that you are wanting to do right now, and that this little 20 minutes was a moment of what you needed in your day, a moment of pause, peace, joy, and connection. I'm here, through the screen, but I'm here, and yeah, thank you so much for spending your precious time with me. I really appreciate it, and I hope that I will see you soon. All right, big hugs.